Remember this guy? There's more to the story.
Do you know the other side of life? Freedom. Do you know what freedom is?
And quick reminder, the emotional support buttons help the algorithm remember we exist. So like, subscribe, share, and comment. It's free therapy for all. And welcome to Facts or Frauds. This channel isn't about mocking belief, it's about cause and effect. No legal magic has ever been found, and belief has never replaced law. People used to know that. Not because they were smarter, but because consequences were visible.
Melissa Sanis takes us through her Atlanta home.
I hang out in there a lot.
To the office.
Those are all the chapters.
Where she's writing a novel.
Full-time job.
But there's another story unfolding at this house, too. One she wishes was fiction.
Do you know anybody by the name of Angela Spradley?
No, never heard of her.
Except Spradley is the so-called new owner of Melissa's house.
It is absolutely shocking.
A property the Sanis rebuilt from the ground up.
Property theft isn't just sovereign citizens squatting. It starts with paperwork.
But whenever I said I wanted to talk about deed fraud or property fraud, and I called our Harris County Clerk's office, they said, oh, call John Warren out of Dallas. I was like, why? What makes you the expert? Even our own people said, call John Warren.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm the expert. This is something that I've been addressing in Dallas County for over 10 years or more. But I think I am probably the most passionate clerk in Texas when it comes to property fraud. So, and of course, I'm the president of our state association. So and we're coming up on the 89th legislative session. So this becomes one of my legacies as it relates to what is it we're going to do about property fraud across the state of Texas.
That's because counties don't verify truth. They verify formatting.
Here on East 114th Street in Cleveland,
I helped put the boards up to the window, and because I did maintenance work in there.
Ernest Jones made the effort to keep this home safe.
When they say empty house, they would go in, they would tear the copper out, they would take the bathroom, mess the bathroom up. I mean, they would even take the windows out.
The home belongs to Priscilla Harris Norris.
Everybody knew her, you know, since she was a nice lady.
This mother of 9 owned it, free and clear. But in March of this year, Priscilla Harris Norris sold that home, signing this deed document, even had it notarized, and gifting it to a company called Happy Home Hunters, LLC. Only problem, she died in 2014.
This woman's home was sold 11 years after she passed, which is impressive because she didn't sign anything.
Quitclaim deeds are fast ways to transfer property ownership, but in this case, it has led to a police investigation. WHAS 11's Ian Hardwick reports on the scam that hit a longtime homeowner.
And I called my niece Tricia and told her I dreamed it, and she said, oh yes, somebody did sell your house in Dorothy.
Dorothy Tarpon bought her Parkland neighborhood home over 50 years ago. But in June, someone obtained it through a quitclaim deed, a process usually used when friends or family take possession of a house.
Do y'all know y'all stealing this house from an old lady?
Tarpon's great niece filmed this confrontation with 2 men moving furniture out of the home. They told her the homeowner was dead.
Ashley told him, ain't Dorothy ain't dead.
An 89-year-old woman lost her home because someone filed a quitclaim deed. That's not a loophole. That's fraud.
50-year-old James Towns is now charged by federal prosecutors with stealing homes, using fake deeds and fake business names. Here's one of the victims, Brian Anderson, with his mother before she died. Filings show his mom supposedly signed over her home after she passed. The recipient, defendant Towns Company.
Tried to sell me back her home and had the audacity to tell me, hey man, we've been looking for you.
Federal prosecutor Tracy Berry is handling 2 separate indictments against Towns.
Eventually, people get charged because belief doesn't cancel law. It's not just sovereign citizens. The con game has many branches. And our friend Messiah El Bey once sued the estate of Abraham Lincoln and the current president of the United States. This wasn't YouTube, this was federal court. And of course, the court removed the president from the case. Presidential immunity, sovereign immunity, not politics, law. And the remaining claims were called frivolous on their face. That's not my wording, that's the court's. And then on appeal, he didn't even argue the claims. So, the dismissal stood. And last time we heard him say his name is not Marquise. He's Messiah El Bey. Maybe he needed a new name. Maybe he just kept following the script. Either way, changing the name didn't change the record. And his brother joins him, saying it's a civil matter, and it's his car. At the same mansion his brother just broke into again.
So was that your brother that was here? Yeah. All right, so he was arrested. Correct. For burglary, he's got a warrant, a whole bunch of stuff.
It's not burglary. How's it burglary if he got paperwork showing that he's...
Okay, well, he's still got a warrant. He's wanted out of Neptune for domestic violence. So he'll be going to the county tonight. So
all right.
You can look into that tomorrow. So is this his car, do you know, or is that your car?
No, that's my car. Come and get my car.
Is your car? You have the keys for it? You have the keys on you? Okay. Can I just see your license? Make sure you have a valid driver's license. Because you're going to drive the car, right?
No, he's driving the car.
Okay, so if it's your car, it's in your name? Okay, that's commercial.
Not in my name.
Okay, so I'll need your ID, and if you're going to drive the car, I'll need your ID as well, sir.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, you don't.
Okay, you're not getting the car.
I'll get my car.
Sir, this isn't your property.
This is my car.
Okay.
This is my car.
So let me see your ID to prove that it's your car.
You see that name on here? See the name on the thing?
There's no name on the car. Your name's on the car?
Go look at that name on there.
Your name's Zippy?
Who owns Zippies?
And at this point, I had to ask, is Zippy the clown behind more than we think?
Hey kids, I'm back! It's Zippy, Zippy, the arsonist clown.
Everybody's going crazy for Zippy. He's igniting birthday parties everywhere. In just 3 months, Zippy's burned 38 homes to the ground, causing $12.7 million in property damage. And the kids love him.
You'll never tire when he breathes fire. Zippy, the arsonist clown. Hey, try this at home. 4 cups super unleaded, 1 cup liquid Drano, and a steady stream of Final Net hairspray. Hey, let me flick my Bic. Voila! My rug is on fire!
Engine Company 51, house fire, 415 Maple. Looks like Zippy the clown again.
Zippy's the hottest party clown around. Call today, 1-800-INFERNO.
With Zippy the clown, you'll never get bored. But look out, folks, he's not insured. Zippy, the arsonist clown.
And remember, this isn't about mocking people, it's about protecting people. Belief isn't knowledge, and pretending it is creates victims. Uncle Bob could wear a fez, spell his name backwards, add Bey. Gravity still works, Wile E. Coyote still fails, and the song still never ends. Until someone stops singing it.
You big cold-blooded dummy.
If you can, remember those emotional support buttons for YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you think. And a massive thank you to all of our channel members for reminding the algorithm that we still need air. I appreciate you all. And this is where belief systems meet court records and facts. And only one of them survives. Until next time, I'll see you soon.